Hello everyone, welcome back to 1.1 properties and uses of materials, and I believe this is the third video. We were talking about nanomaterials, and we established what nanoparticles are and what colloid is, and started thinking about what potential uses there are. Let's look at some other applications that people came up with and how it's being used. Oops, that is it. Alrighty. So, one application that people came up with is using nanomaterials in the form of robot. So, a nanobot in the bloodstream. So you make this robot, maybe a bunch of them, or just one, I don't know. But they inject that nanobot, and then in the bloodstream, they do the thing that they were programmed to do. So even though they're very small, they are able to, say, capture certain cells or foreign organisms, like bacteria, and kill it. There are certain other applications like filling gaps in bones where you can't put the incision in, or somewhere that's very close to nerve systems, so people can't do any surgery on. So that's when maybe nanobot can be injected into and do their thing. Do you think that's got some positive aspect to it? Well, if you think so, write down some positives that you can identify, as well as negatives or potential risks that you think there could be. Okay, where do you think you want to stand? Should the technology be available soon, or do you think it's too dangerous? Come up with the reason and the position where you want to stand. So that's one application of nanomaterial. Another thing that I wanted to point out is the development and application of new materials. So nanobot is a bit more advanced, I suppose. But materials that already exist is, well, for example, it's written there, and we will watch the video of how it looks like and website that they sell this thing. Aerogels. It's very soft, it's pretty light, it looks like jelly, but it's completely fire retarded, so it doesn't catch fire. So what's the use? How do you think you can use it? Ferrofluid is another thing. It's got a very interesting property. We'll watch the video and we'll think about it. The common thing is that they're all nano-sized particles and materials made up with those particles. The microscopic properties, such as how big the gap between atoms there are, or if it's got holes, how big those holes can be, or pores, I should say. If you make some filters out of nanomaterials, what can you expect from its properties? Or if you had a filter that works even for like bacteria, smallest bacteria, what is the physical property it has, or what sort of use can you have with those, I guess, filters? Now, this will also lead into, you don't have to do anything yet because this is something that we'll do in class, apart from answering those questions in the previous slide. I want you to do investigation. It's a practice of science as human endeavor task. Okay, I want you to do in class a research in one of those topics. What you're answering is, what you're trying to do is to investigate the influence of the development of new materials on the progress of technology. Okay. You're not just researching what sort of materials they are and what sort of function they have. It's not just that. How the development of that new material affected the progress of certain technology. That's what you'll be researching on. I gave you 4 choices. You can pick either one of them now, okay? And maybe you can do even a simple research, background research, and do the proper research in class so that you can work with other people in the class and share what you found, okay? So choices of topics. Firstly, factors that influence choices of materials for coffee cups. So who drinks coffee and who has seen the coffee cups around, and what sort of materials they are, and how it affected the progress of the technology. People only used, I don't know, porcelain before. Now people use paper or plastic. How did it affect the technology of coffee cup making? Secondly, flexible plastics, which are commonly electrical insulators, and the fact that it accelerated the development of the electrical industry. So before plastic was available, and compare that to how it is right now due to flexible plastic being available. What do you think? How do you think it affected the progress of electrical industry? Thirdly, an efficient technique of to produce steel was crucial in the construction of the railroad, ships, machines, and other contributions to the Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution itself was where a lot of technology advanced. So the progress of technology was definitely affected by more effective method of producing steel. How it happened, I want you to make note of it and report it to your group, and then report it to the class. Finally, composite materials. It could mean alloy or could mean wood chip and plastic waste. Yeah. It's how it satisfied the need for tough, lightweight materials used in cars and airplanes. And if you want to talk about maybe, I don't know, glass fiber, that was created and then advanced airplane or car industries a lot. So investigate the influence of how those new materials had on the progress of technology. Hope you got that. All right. So to conclude this video, pick one topic and be ready to do proper research in class. On top of making note of positives, negatives, potential risks on nanobot. That's one application. All right, that's the end of the video.